Okay guys, Nana is at it again. I am going to go sit down and see my dad with some of the kids the day after Christmas, and he loves carrot cake, so I am going to make a carrot cake. I'll probably just pop it in the freezer. World's best carrot cake, been making this for years. That's smart, isn't it? I'll just show the ingredients here. You can take a screenshot of it. Is that it? 1 cup. Yep, that's the whole ingredient list right there. Okay. Anyway, all right. So, what we need to do is we need to crack 3 eggs and get them going in our mixer. And this is a really, really dense cake. You know, like the carrot cakes that are real heavy. But this cake is as good, if not better, than anything you will get store-bought or out of the restaurant. And again, super easy. You know, takes a minute because you got to do a few things. I went ahead and did the carrots ahead of time. You can buy already shredded carrots, so that would be a time saver. I just bought regular carrots and shredded them. So we got our 3 eggs. Now, in order to do our buttermilk, I don't keep buttermilk on hand, but a super duper easy way of making buttermilk is you just take your milk. Now this calls for 3/4 of a cup of milk, okay? Now I'm just gonna add, it doesn't matter what kind of vinegar, I'm gonna add about a teaspoon of vinegar, and I'm gonna let that set, and what that will do is it'll make buttermilk. It'll curdle the milk. And that is an easy and affordable way to see what's going on. See, it's kind of getting some, so see, it's curdling that milk and making it a little bit thicker. Okay, so that is a quick and easy way to do our buttermilk. All right, so we've got our eggs beaten in there. Let's go ahead and throw our 3/4 of buttermilk in. And I just kind of throw it all in and start mixing it up. It also calls for 3/4 cup of oil, just whatever oil, you know, canola oil is what I have. You know, you could use whatever oil you've got, sunflower oil, vegetable oil. Okay, so I'm just going to dump that in. Let's give it just a little stir. Excuse me. Put the lid on our vinegar. Woo! I can smell it. Now to that, we're going to add a 1.5 cups of white sugar. So I'm just going to take, I had to open a new bag of sugar. I'm just going to take my scoop and this is a 1/2 cup scoop. So that's a half. What we say, 1.5 cups? That's a cup. This, like I said, this is a heavy, let me give it a little, there we go, 1.5 cups. Okay, now to that we're going to add a couple of teaspoons of vanilla. Through my old retro I still can't get over that. I saw these in like they were decorating with them. They were like you know, in a cute like little retro kitchen scene. Hey, you know, if it ain't broke, right? Don't fix it. I love these measuring spoons. Okay, so we got our 2 teaspoons of vanilla. We need 2 teaspoons of flour. I'll go ahead and do the half one since I just used the one for the vanilla and it's going to be all wet. We don't want our cinnamon. All right. So 2 teaspoons of vanilla, or 2 teaspoons of cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Yeah, there's a lot of sweet in this. I'll go ahead and use my measuring. 1/4, not much. Okay. Then we need 2 cups of flour. I just had to open a new bag of flour. Well, hold on. I'm gonna go ahead and use, this is my jug of flour. I'm gonna go ahead and use this up. I like to use what I've got before I put a new bag in. What is this? This is a 1/4 cup. What did I say? That's a 1/2 cup. 3/4 a cup. One cup. One and a 1/4. And then I can just pour my new bag in. And these are nice. Oh, well, I just dumped some out. Okay, so we have 1 and a 1/4. So, all right, 1 and a 1/2. One and 3/4. 2. And a pinch, because I don't feel like I got that. Okay, so it was 2 cups of flour. And back when I said, back when I was putting the cinnamon in, I said flour, but I meant cinnamon. I mean, I think you got it. You could see what I was doing, but yeah. All right, so now we need 2 teaspoons of baking soda. So I just rake it along the side of the thing, and then that gives you a nice smooth, because something about it, I always feel like I really need to measure that specifically. Okay, so those are all the dry ingredients. Now we're gonna put our 2 cups of shredded carrots. I just stuck them in this cup. Okay, and I didn't have crushed pineapple. It calls for an 8-ounce can of crushed pineapple with the juice. All I had was rings, and I just wanted to use what I had, so I went ahead and did 8 ounces and just sliced them up kind of into tidbit sizes. It'll be fine, guys. And put a little juice in to make it 8 ounces. So let's dump that in. Like I said, this is a real heavy super moist cake. Okay, then it calls for a cup of coconut. You know, I'm surprised it doesn't call for raisins. I just realized that. It does call for a cup of walnuts, but as I've said in many videos, but this might be the first video you're seeing of mine, we don't use nuts in our house because we have a nut allergy kit. So we aren't doing that. Okay, I had bought these. I think I have another bag somewhere. Plus I have raisins, but this looks like this is a good cup. I had never seen them before. So it's cranberries, golden raisins, oh, and cherries. Yeah, it's a good cup. Let's dump these in. Okay, and honestly, I'd say, I've got about just a 1/4 cup of coconut in here. I'm gonna go ahead and dump it in just because I don't think I'm gonna make anything using coconut, and you know, let's just get rid of it. Okay, so that is that. Now you can be fancy, and you can put this in a couple of rounds, or you could do it in even like 3 rounds little cake pans, like the you could do like the 8-inch rounds, so you could make like a nice round cake. That would be yummy. Or because I'm traveling with it and I don't want to mess with it sliding or any of that, I'm just going to put it in a regular pan. My good old, I love this pan. I've got carrots in it because I had chopped them up in here, or used the shredder, set the shredder in here. But I just greased it with some spray. And I'm just going to put it in here, and that way I can it's just a 9x13. That way we can ice it and throw it in the freezer, and I can just pop it out and take it when I go. Okay, so see the batter? And that's going to cook up really well. Now, definitely toothpick inserted in the middle would be your best bet to make sure it's done. It says cook time 40 minutes. Yeah, I'm thinking it'll need 40 minutes. I'm going to set the timer for 30, and then we'll see, and I'll let you know when I get it done with this 9x13. Like I have said before, though, it does depend on it does depend on your oven. I have showed you before how to do the cream cheese icing. It is in a couple of videos back. We did Copycat Starbucks lemon bread, and we did some gingerbread. It's in that video. I make the icing there. So if you want to look back to see how to make the icing, but the icing's super duper easy. And, again, way better than anything you're going to go to the store and buy. And it takes literally, you guys, minutes. And it's so delicious. Everybody loves it. It's what I put on my sugar cookies, too. And it really makes the sugar cookies, in my opinion. And in quite a few people's opinion. Okay, so we've got, let's put this back. So we've got our nice chunky looking cake with all the yumminess in it. And I'm going to pop that in for 30, and we'll look at it. It will probably take more like 45. But I'll do that, and I'll get back to you with the baked cake. Okay? Okay, gang. We have let our cake cool a little bit, but I got to get to work. So here's what we got. Looks super good. I did end up baking it for the full amount of time. Made some cream cheese icing. So just gonna get this on here, and I'm gonna go ahead and pop this into the freezer because we won't be eating it. I'm gonna take it to my dad, so we won't be eating it until 1, 2, 3, at least 3 days from now. So I'm just gonna pop it in the freezer, and then I can pull it out when I get ready to leave. I'm from Missouri originally. I've been up here in Illinois for, Lord, over 40 years, but you know how that goes. Still my hometown. I'm from Rolla, which is a nice little town. It's about 100 miles south of St. Louis. Nice little town. It's got a university. So kind of interesting because really we're like in the foothills of the Ozarks, but I grew up in a town that even back then was very international. So kind of interesting. It's an engineering school, you know, that's their main course of study, why people go there. So anyway, it's about 4 hours to get down there. Let me take the knife. This icing, if it's stiff like this, I just kind of dumped a bag I had sitting there of powdered sugar in it. It's fine. It's a little bit stiff though, but it's because maybe I had a little too much powdered sugar in it. But if your icing does get too stiff, you could just put a little bit of milk in it, and that will thin it down. So that's an idea of, you know, if that happens. But this is tried and true, good old cream cheese icing. Stick of butter, 8-ounce block of cream cheese, half of a regular, you know, like size bag of powdered sugar, and teaspoon or so of vanilla. And that is that. So I am going to cover this and go ahead and pop it in the freezer. It's still warm, but I don't think that'll hurt it. Okay. And we've got a nice cake to take to our dad when we go visit, and he'll be happy, and that makes me happy. Okay, guys, I will see you soon. Merry Christmas. I should be back on here to do one more before then, but Merry Christmas anyway. All right, like and subscribe, guys. See you soon.